Justin Verlander has been the best in baseball all season long on the mound. The Astros will have him tonight, opening up a 3-game series as they continue this 9-game homestand. So far, Houston off to a 4-2 mark. They've won 2 out of 3 against both Tampa Bay, and also in the last series, they took 2 out of 3 as well. Now taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in town. First time all year the Blue Jays have taken on the Houston Astros. Here are your updated standings, that we have a 4.5-game cushion in the American League West, with the Astros leading Seattle, and also the Los Angeles Angels were just tied for third. Oakland winning today, and they are in a flat-footed tie at 41-38 for third place. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum. Glad you could join us for another night of Astros baseball. And Blummer, so far so good on this 9-game homestand. Astros just hoping to keep things rolling.
Yeah, I guess if you like winning, it's okay. It's not quite what they did on the road, but they've continued to play very good baseball here, getting some timely hitting.
And when you talk about what the Astros have done during this timely hitting stage, they are scoring runs and scoring 4 or more runs at a nice clip.
Yeah, they've done a very good job. 4 or more runs is a big number for the Houston Astros. You can see the record tied for best in baseball with the Boston Red Sox. The Blue Jays at the bottom are 9th with that 33-12 record. But we know with the pitching staff that the Houston Astros have going out there, they're going to get 6 solid innings most every night against for these guys. So if they go out and put 4+, it's been a little bit tougher here at home, but anytime they go out there and put up 4 runs, usually ends up in a W for the Houston Astros.
If only Justin Verlander could get half of that support, he would take it, because usually he's limiting the opponents to a very few runs. And our Best in Texas power pitchers, brought to you by your local Ford dealers, Verlander's been great.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of the good numbers that he does have, and 8 starts here at home is a 1.86 ERA. And it's amazing to know that he has lost a couple of those ball games, just because to what Todd was talking about. If they just went out and scored 4 more runs, he might have 5 or 6 more wins on that ledger, but still doing a fantastic job, not letting the lack of run support affect him at all, continuing to go out and pitch well in front of his hometown fans who are now in Houston here.
Justin Verlander with 9 wins on the season, as Blummer mentioned, could be more if he had a little bit of offensive support. With those 8 starts at home this year, a 2-1 record despite a sub-2 ERA. And that's because the run support just hasn't been there for him.
Does not make any sense. Yeah, and a couple of these, when he did get the run support, kind of bunched up in one game, but scattered over some of those games with only 1 run or less. It's amazing to me, and I'm not sure what the mentality is of the offense when Justin is out there, or if they're just sitting back knowing that they can go out there and only score 2 or 3 runs and win a ball game with them.
Last time the Astros faced their opposing pitcher tonight, they scored 19. Jay Happ on the mound. He's a 9-game winner this year, as is Justin Verlander. We'll have more on a Monday night after this. is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Volkswagen. Astros and the Toronto Blue Jays for the first time in 2018. When we come back, Bart Ennis will discuss the consistency that is Justin Verlander start to start.
Series in the month of June. They split a couple of series early in the month, then the 12-game winning streak, and then series wins over Kansas City and Tampa Bay. So how do you keep everything going in a positive direction? You put Justin Verlander on the mound. That's how. Because Verlander, even by his lofty standards, is having one of the best seasons of his career. Really, the only thing he can't control is run support, as you heard Todd and Blummer talking about a moment ago. And that makes for some interesting stats when you look at the splits on his 16 starts. And what you see is that really, even though the Astros have won 10 of those starts, they've lost 6. His personal stat line is actually better in the 6 losses. His ERA is lower, opponent average, on-base percentage, and slugging are all lower in the losses. Now that might bother some guys, but it doesn't faze Justin Verlander. A.J. Hinch told me before the game that the entire team plays with more intensity when JV is on the mound because they feed off of his intensity. He started getting his game face on yesterday. He works fast, he is aggressive, and because of that, these guys love playing behind him, and that's what makes him one of the best in the game, guys.
Not only do those numbers tell the story, but whenever he has a big strikeout game, he's had 3 10-plus strikeout games this year, the team's lost all of them. So his strikeouts per 9 higher in losses than wins too. Kind of crazy.
It is crazy. Maybe they're getting caught watching greatness a little bit sometimes, but it's remarkable that the numbers are that much better in losses. Kind of gives you an idea of what the offense is doing to what we were talking about earlier. But I love to hear the fact that Justin Verlander is not letting that faze him, and he's going out there and continuing to pitch great because he knows eventually he will start to get more run support, and those numbers will continue to get better.
We'll check out the lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays, put up by John Gibbons. First time the Astros have seen Toronto this season. Curtis Granderson will lead things off. The former Astro Teoscar Hernandez bats second. Yangervis Solarte is the third hitter at third base. Kendrys Morales is the DH hitting cleanup. Justin Smoke at first base. Russell Martin behind the plate. Randall Grichuk is in center field. He'll bat seventh. Aledmus Diaz, the shortstop, hits eighth. And Devin Travis, the second baseman, batting ninth. 3 straight switch hitters. Hitters 3 through 5 in that lineup. A lot of versatility for the Blue Jays. Curtis Granderson will lead things off. Granderson spent his first 6 years with the Tigers, the next 4 with the Yankees, 4 more with the Mets. Last year, split time between the Mets and the Dodgers. Justin Verlander likes to pump in first pitch strikes, and Curtis Granderson very rarely swings to the first pitch. 5.3% first pitch swinging is one of the lowest in all of baseball, 4th lowest. And he takes a called strike here from Verlander, and we're underway on a Monday night. Verlander facing the Toronto Blue Jays for the first time in an Astros uniform. Pitched against them once last year with the Tigers. As Granderson pops one way up in the air. Max Stassi asked Chad Whitson to move as it actually never comes down.
Please hold.
The ball lodged up in the rafters and never came down. Justin Verlander's covering his head just in case.
Welcome to Tropicana. I mean, Minute Maid Park.
Have you seen that here before? You've seen a lot more
games.
No,
I saw Chipper Jones do it here one time. I was in a similar position as Alex Bregman, where you come charging in, and I watched it. There was a little catwalk up there, but I mean, it's maybe a 5x5 square, and it just plopped itself right in there. Never came down.
We will be going to Tropicana Field next, where they have all those different rules for their 4 catwalks. But so you have seen that when you were playing?
Yeah, I vividly remember Chipper Jones doing it. Yep.
So that's how this one starts. A little oddity. Just missed. Looked like Whitson might have flinched a bit. Justin does not get the call. It's 2-2.
Let's see what MD Anderson has to say about it. Strike zone. Great slider, strike.
So Granderson's had a couple of extra lives in this AB. Now he'll send one towards the line and left. Marwin Gonzalez is there and puts it away. And Granderson's out number 1. Starting defense is presented by Xfinity. You saw Marwin make that play in left field. The defensive specialist at center, Jake Marisnik, George Springer over in right. Alex Bregman and Carlos Correa the left side of the infield. Jose Altuve, Yuli Gurriel the right side. Max Stassi doesn't catch Justin Verlander a lot, but he's getting his 2nd consecutive start behind the plate with Verlander out there. And overall his 4th of Justin's now 22 starts with Houston. Here's Teoscar Hernandez taking one inside for a ball. Hernandez moved over to the Toronto Blue Jays in a deal last year, right at the end of the 2nd trade deadline, if you will, the same deadline where the Astros acquired Justin Verlander. And there's a ball sent into left field for a base hit. Hernandez was acquired in a trade from the Houston Astros along with Nori Aoki when the Blue Jays sent Francisco Liriano back to Houston.
Ted.
He's done a nice job, has Hernandez, getting a chance to play every day.
No, Teoscar's a good player. I enjoyed watching him when he was an Astro. But he wasn't one of those vital pieces that they felt they needed to hang on to. So he's getting an opportunity in Toronto, and it's good to see him. He can hit the fastball, that is for sure. Does a good job of barreling up baseballs. And this season, he's 3rd in the American League. 11.9% of the time, he's barreling it up.
He's right there with Mookie Betts and J.D. Martinez.
Some thumpers.
Here's Jan Hervis Solarte taking a pitch up and in for a ball. Solarte, a guy who's spent the last few seasons with the San Diego Padres. Began his career with the Yankees before joining the Padres in 2014. He will hit into a double play on occasion, 16 times this year. Tied with Wilson Ramos for the most in the American League. Verlander down in the count, 2-0.
You think StatCast is still timing the hang time on that pop-up from Granderson?
Yep. It's going to throw all the numbers off.
Should be a while.
Teoscar, not a great stolen base percentage this year. He's attempted 7 steals, and he's only been successful 3 times. Well, Justin's fallen behind Solarte 3-0. Solarte made his major league debut here in 2014. His first big league at bat, he did hit into a double play, but he's ahead of the count here, 3-0. Big swing down to a knee. It's 3-1. Verlander making start number 17 on the year. Last start, 6 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits. Those 6 hits match the highest total he's allowed in any of his 21 previous starts in an Astros uniform. After being down 3-0, he's now worked the count back full. Mentioned at the top, Astros coming in 4.5 games in front of the Mariners in the AL West. The Blue Jays currently 5 games under 500. They are in 4th place in the AL East. Toronto has played a little bit better in June. They are 1 game over this month. Down and in, Verlander loses Solarte, so a couple of 1-out base runners, a single and now a walk.
Some early traffic for Justin.
Now a guy who has faced Verlander more than anybody else in this Blue Jays lineup. Has pretty good numbers against him. Kendrys Morales, 44 at bats, batting .295 with a couple of home runs against Verlander in his career. Morales sends one into center field. Marisnick calls off Marwin. Now Marwin says, "I've got it," and makes the play for out number 2. It's a big out there. Morales has been red hot lately and won the game for them yesterday in the 10th inning with a home run.
It's nice he swung early too. Helps that pitch count. Sometimes you see the guy walk in front of you and a couple pitches outside the zone. You key on one pitch, namely the fastball, because you know that Verlander's going to throw it quite a bit, but he's also going to try and get ahead with it.
Here's Justin Smoke. Takes a breaking ball down low for a ball. It's 1-0. Smoke coming into this game with a .236 batting average. 167 his last 15 games. That's a strike on the inside corner. That was 96. It's 1-1. Verlander continues to have the best first half he's ever had in any of his seasons with the Tigers, including his Cy Young MVP season. Somebody missed a sign because Hernandez was picked off second, but there was nobody covering. So Justin had the inside move, had him picked off, but didn't have anybody to throw to.
I think that was on Justin's own. Didn't pick him off, but it also plants the seed in the head of Teoscar Hernandez and a couple other guys in that Blue Jays lineup to think about running, is that he will use that spin move. You know, he picks off a ton to first base. He's not afraid to do it to second either.
That's one area of his game that's really improved over the last 3 or 4 years. He used to be a guy that you could run on a little bit, but he has improved not only in limiting guys stealing second base, but also keeping guys close once they get into scoring position. Now Verlander, after back-to-back base runners reaching with Hernandez and Solarte, a chance to get through the inning, and a ball down low smothered by Max Stassi. It's 2-2. Good look at that cheat sheet Max wears on his left arm. Runner at second base, the signs switch up. Just missed inside. It's 3-2. Smoke's a patient hitter.
Pitcher's pitch. Smoke did a good job of laying off that.
So the runners will get a start. 3-2 pitches ripped to right field, and that'll be down for a hit all the way to the wall. Hernandez scores easily. Solarte being waved home. He will score. The fact that he started with the 3-2 pitch allowed him to score from first on the 2 RBI double by Justin Smoke, and Toronto out in front 2-0.
And Smoke in working back to that 3-2 count, laying off that slider down and in, got him this fastball. We've seen some mislocations with that fastball leading to a walk to Solarte. Now a 3-2 count, fastball away that ends up being fastball middle. Gets raked into that right field corner.
Smoke driving in his 36th and 37th run of the year. Here's Russell Martin. Martin takes a strike. Martin coming in, batting .169 on the year. Quick start for this Blue Jays team that has won 10 of their last 16 games. Last year the Astros winning the season series 4-3, but they outscored Toronto 63-34 during that stretch. So a lot of offensive numbers for the Astros last year against Toronto. Blue Jays with an early 2 spot tonight. Strike call. It's 2-2. So Martin, another one of those very patient hitters. Does not leave the zone, does not swing all that often. But he'll be forced to here on a close pitch with 2 strikes. Try to hold up, and he does, says first base umpire Adrian Johnson. The count's full.
Would have been a nice call to get. But a good call by Adrian Johnson down there at first base. Close.
.25 first pitch innings for, 25 first pitches in the first inning for Justin Verlander. He has 3 3-ball counts in this inning. And a rarity for Verlander in any inning of any start. He's actually thrown more balls than strikes here in the first. Little pop-up, shallow right. Springer coming in, puts it away. Blue Jays score 2 on a couple of hits. By Southwest Airlines. George Springer will lead things off for Houston tonight. The usual 5 at the top. All 6 of the first hitters are right-handed. Springer, Bregman, Altuve, Correa, Yuli Gurriel, Evan Gattis, DHing, Marwin Gonzalez, the switch hitter. Obviously, he'll bat right against the lefty J. Happ. Max Stassi behind the plate, and Jake Marisnick in center field.
Ex-Astro J. Happ on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays in 15 starts. He has a 9-win and 3-loss record, 91 innings pitched, 102 strikeouts. Does a very good job pitching to the inside corner with his fastball. Only 25 walks. He is high on command. The opponent batting average at 206. Right-handers are hitting 217 against him. He has given up 12 home runs on the season, 11 to right-handed hitters.
Oh, J. Happ pitched here in 2011 and 2012 with the Astros. This is where he has made the second most starts in his career. Rogers Center the most, 64, and this will be start number 38 in Minute Maid Park. His 5th as a visitor. George Springer leads things off. George battling through a little struggle lately, 0 for his last 11, and going all the way back to his last 39 at bats. He's just 3 for 39. He has been patient, though, during this struggle. He has 8 walks during that stretch. 1-1 pitch is down and in. It's 2-1. 35-year-old J. Happ making his 16th start. Up the middle, Devin Travis is there, makes the play behind second base. And Springer retired for the first out.
Get Out and Play is presented to you by Toyota. Last time the Astros saw J. Happ was July 9th, 2017, right before the All-Star break. And they absolutely unloaded in that game. The final score ended up being 19-1. Happ got only 2 earned runs out of it, allowing 6 runs to score against him. So not too much damage, but a lot of that damage coming late. A lot of damage coming via the long ball. Great place to hit. Rogers Center. That's without the exchange rate, too.
Especially on a warm day like that was. Ball was flying out. Yuli and Correa saw those 2 home runs. Altuve also has a career home run against Happ, as does Evan Gattis. So 4 of the 9 guys in today's lineup have hit a home run against Happ. Here's Alex Bregman. Bregman takes a called strike. Alex limited at bats against Happ, but he is 2 for 4 with a walk. Two and 1 the count. Alex did not bite when the media asked him about the whole mustache situation yesterday. Start of the game with a mustache. Middle of the game didn't have one. When asked about it afterwards, he just basically said, "I'd cut it off." Next question.
Moving on.
Moving on. Nothing to see here
anymore.
2-2 pitch. Russell Martin was ready to start throwing the ball around the infield, and Chad Whitson does not call it a strike.
It was awesome. You don't see that too often. Veteran Russell Martin. That is a strike where the entire baseball is within the strike zone, not called. So we've seen an interesting strike zone early on for Justin Verlander and J. Happ now.
J. Happ was looking at third, waiting for Salerte to get the throw from Martin. Instead, Bregman sends one down the line and left. Pretty well hit. Teoscar Hernandez in the corner makes the play. Bregman bidding for a Crawford box home run, came up just a few feet short.
J. Happ threw him the same pitch, but Alex Bregman on our Mattress Firm Supermo is a great look at it, seeing it off the end of the bat. Just got a little bit too quick, and that's why that ball was elevated and just didn't have enough juice to get out of here.
So here's Jose Altuve. Altuve overall not great numbers against Happ, 2 for 14, but does have a home run against him. Jose starting this game with the best batting average in all of baseball at 345. Also the most hits at 108. Altuve last night moved into the 9th. Yesterday afternoon, I should say, moved into the 9th in the runs scored category in franchise history. Also moved into 7th place in the all-time hits category, past Bill Doran in the runs scored. Broke the tie with Terry Poole in the hits category.
Jose Altuve is sprinting his way up the record books in franchise history.
Before it's all said and done, you can expect to see him at the top of most of those lists. The 2-1 pitch misses. It's 3-1. Strike. Altuve was on his way down to first, so Chad Whitson's fooled a couple of people in this inning.
Catches a part of the zone. We've seen better pitches in the zone called balls. Probably why Altuve's questioning that one.
Ball's hit to right center field. That sends Granderson back. He's at the track. He's at the wall, and it's off the wall. Altuve into second base with a 2-out double.
There's some serious hang time under this. Pretty good pitch to hit. Altuve kind of sliced it a little bit. He did get the barrel on it, obviously, to drive it into that right center field gap. Granderson kind of feeling for it. I'm not sure if he was trying to rob that from the track or the wall. Thought he got to the right spot. Actually got pretty lucky that he pinned it up against the wall, because if that gets by him and ricochets back towards that right field corner, let's see a little inside the Parker.
Here's Carlos Correa. Correa takes one outside for ball one. Carlos 4 for 21 in this homestand, but one of those 4 includes a walk-off base hit. As the Astros won in 12 innings Saturday, taking the middle game of that 3-game series against the Kansas City Royals. (2-0) the count. They have facing the Houston Astros, and he knows in his 7 career starts against his former team that Carlos Correa has as good a numbers as anybody against him. 4 for 9 with a home run. And he is pitching him carefully here with first base open and 2 outs. Pitch catches the corner. 3-1. Carlos starting the night with 49 runs batted in. He and Evan Gattis tied for the team lead with 49. That's ball 4. Happ was not going to give Correa anything too enticing, even when he got behind in the count. No player does more. Presented by HEB. Yuli Gurriel in the month of June, especially with runners in scoring position, has been as hot as anybody in baseball.
It's been remarkable what he's been able to go out there and do. We know that he swings a very good bat, and I also think a lot of it has to do with the approach. A lot of line drives up the middle, so his mentality isn't to get too big with guys in scoring position. Yet if you do make a mistake, he has the tendency to hammer it and drive in a bunch of runs.
Yuli up to 36 runs batted in. Chance for a little 2-out RBI here. Does not chase the high fastball. It's 1-0.
What I think is great is that the Astros are playing, what, the 21st, 22nd game here in June? And he's had 20 opportunities in those games. That's an excessive amount of opportunities for one guy to have in a lineup to go out there and drive runs in.
Season numbers up to 464 now. Nobody in Major League Baseball even close to those numbers by Yuli.
And we've talked about early on the Astros' tendency to strike out. That has been backed off. They're getting much better at putting the ball in play and getting on base. This is their best month as far as on base percentage as a team at 360.
And we're finally seeing that number which we expected from last year. Not a lot of teams do that, but they had the most runs scored and the fewest strikeouts. And really into May, a good chunk of May, the Astros right in the middle of the pack in strikeouts. But now they're a little closer to the elite teams after not striking out much this month. Yuli taking one inside and Haps down to the count 3-1.
Yeah, it's amazing. As a team, their strikeout numbers in April 234, May 230. This season, they're only 7 games behind what they've done in April and May is 130.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge drop off.
Now if you're Hap, this is a dangerous pitch. Yuli with home runs in back-to-back games takes a called strike, and it's a full count.
That was actually a better pitch than the first strike. That first strike was that third pitch. That one just above it, a little more in the zone.
Well, same thing as the top half of the inning. 2 runners will get a head start here with 2 outs. Altuve off second, Correa off first. And Yuli towards left field, base hit. Altuve will score. He's done it again. Yuli Gurriel, a master with runners in scoring position. Astros down 2-1.
Yuli doing Yuli things. That number we just showed you is going to get that much better. Tough pitch down and in a 3-2 count, just off the inside corner. Yuli with the ability to bring the hands in makes him such a dangerous hitter all over the field.
Amazing how he gets that ball and barrels even that much of the baseball up to get it into left field on a pitcher's pitch. We know Altuve's hand-eye coordination is off the charts, but Yuli's not far behind. Here's Evan Gattis. Gattis takes a called strike.
Wow, what a bat.
Yeah, what's up with that?
That thing yellow?
We've got a little yellow stick now. Evan Gattis going with the yellow bat.
Did he just get a... Got to be careful what I say with sponsors and things like that, but I'm not sure if Yellowwood is in on the bat making.
I saw that on deck. I was wondering if it's just his warm-up bat or that's his gamer. He's going with yellow. Let's see if it works in that first AB.
It's made from an ancient ash tree in the Adirondacks.
Cut it down himself.
He did. He went in with Babe. Babe had to haul it out.
Slowly hit towards short. Making the play is Aledmus Diaz to second. And that'll do it. Astros get a run back, though. It's 2-1.
our Chevy Stro poll for this evening. This is a fun one. Choose your all-time Astros dream starting pitcher duo. A, J.R. Richard and Roy Oswalt. B, Larry Dierker, Justin Verlander. C, Nolan Ryan, Joe Niekro. D, Mike Scott and Don Wilson. Go to @ATT Sportsnet SW to cast your vote. Guys, this franchise has had so many great pitchers play and wear the Astros uniform over the years. We could have had about 4 more combinations on there. But man, you see those names on that list, it's really impressive.
Yeah, hard to choose a bad duo out of that grouping, Bart, for sure, as we head to the second inning. Randall Grichuk leads things off. Grew up in Rosenberg, Texas, just southwest of the city here. Playing in his 3rd game at Minute Maid Park. Previous 2 came as a member of the Cardinals a couple of years ago. And Grichuk down in the count 0-2. It'll be Grichuk, Aledmus Diaz, and Devin Travis, the first 3 here for the Blue Jays in the second. Both pitchers with high pitch counts in the first. Verlander threw 26 pitches, Jay Happ threw 30. As Grichuk grounds one to Alex Bregman. Makes the play across for the first out of the second inning. Shouldn't be shocking that it took the Astros this long to face the Toronto Blue Jays. Tomorrow, the halfway point of the 2018 season, because in franchise history, the Astros have played the Toronto Blue Jays less times than anybody else of the other 29 teams. Just the way the schedules have worked out, as Diaz sends one to center where Jake Marisnick puts it away. 1 pitch, and Diaz flies to center for the second out. Overall, the Astros have had good success against Toronto. They are 15-6 against the Blue Jays here at Minute Maid Park. Here's Devin Travis. Travis had one of the 4 home runs for Toronto in their game yesterday against the Angels. Blue Jays and Angels splitting that 4-game set in Anaheim. Then the Angels heading to Kansas City for a makeup game today. They flew right in and flew out after a 2-0 loss. 1-1 the count. Two and one. Justin coming in leading all of Major League Baseball in ERA, opponent's batting average, and opponent's OPS. It's a fly ball towards the corner. Long run for Springer. Looks like he has a beat on it, and does, on the warning track for the final out of the inning. Verlander bounces back with a 1-2-3 second.
The Astros Foundation is teaming up for Turn the Page, a community effort to help Houston's childhood literacy crisis. The Astros will hold a children's book drive today through Wednesday, where fans can donate new or used books at any entrance gate here at Minute Maid Park. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Bart, bottom half of the second inning. Both teams scoring in the first. Blue Jays lead 2-1. It'll be the bottom third of the order for the Astros. Marwin Gonzalez, Max Stassi, and Jake Marisnick. Jay Happ needed 30 pitches to get through the first, and then he had a quick turnaround as Justin Verlander needed just 8 pitches to get through the top half of the second inning in less than 3 minutes. So we'll see how he fares here in the bottom of the second. Marwin trying to snap an 0 for 12 as he leads off the inning and hammers one foul into the crowd.
Coming in hot.
Another good crowd today for the Astros and the Jays. We have seen great crowds the entire homestand. Tampa Bay in for 3, Kansas City in for 3, and now Toronto in for 3. Not exactly the biggest draws in the American League, but Astros fans are loving up their hometown team as Marwin Gonzalez takes a called third strike. First strikeout for Jay Happ, and there's one away in the second. Good to see all the orange in attendance yet again tonight. A special announcement as the replica world champion rings will be given away one more time coming up on July 11th. And that announcement led to another sellout in what was it, 2 hours?
2 hours.
Those things are the most popular giveaway, I want to say, in the history of baseball, it seems.
It really does.
They just sell out. I mean, they're selling out, not just selling out games, but selling out games in 2 hours for a July.
And in Fresno and Corpus too. So I mean, it is organizational wide.
Fly ball in the left field. Max Stassi retired for the second out. It's a Wednesday game against the Oakland A's, game 3 of a 4-game series. So nothing in particular special about that in and of itself. And then you give the replica ring giveaways, and the game sells out as soon as the phone lines are open.
They're giving out the real deal here.
Former Astros pitcher Tyler Clippard and former Astros
Tyler Clippard and Teoscar Hernandez, part of the 2017 team. Marisnick fouls one away, so those guys got their rings. I think pretty much everybody is taken care of at this point. I'm not sure when.
We've gotten everybody I know. That you said that we haven't played these guys in forever. It's got to be one of the last teams to come through with the next Astro on it.
I'm not sure if Nori has his ring yet. I'm going to think so at this point.
Stuck in customs.
Jake Marisnick fouls one back. It's 0-2. I haven't seen the Tigers yet, but I'm trying to think if there's any Tiger connections.
Mike Fiers.
There you go. Mike Fiers. Fiers still has to get his ring. So that will be right before the All-Star break. 13th, 14th, and 15th of July. Oh, Francisco Liriano.
He's on that Tiger team?
Yeah.
There you go. That's got to be painful.
Wait till the break. Almost.
Yeah, but I mean, you've seen pictures of the ring and you're going, man, that thing looks sweet. Man, I want mine.
Only if we get to Houston. 0-2 pitch misses outside. It's 1-2. I'm sure here's the upcoming schedule. After Wednesday's day game, the Astros go on the road and then back home for an 11-game homestand. Astros wrapping up with 20 out of 26 at home as Marisnick goes down on the breaking ball. Martin's going to have to make the throw to first, which he does, for the final out of the inning. 2 strikeouts and a 1-2-3 second.
see. Jake Marisnick, 5 outs above average. That is a very good number. We've talked about it throughout the season. StatCast and Baseball Savant, that's how they rate their outfielders. And Jake Marisnick leading the Astros, pretty obvious. He can go back and get it. We saw him rob that home run in Oakland. A couple of plays there in New York where he's laying out, charging in. You can't discount the arm either. He is the total package in center field as far as defense is concerned.
A catch at Yankee Stadium was the 5-star catch he made this year. He has made every single 1-star through 4-star catch, plus that 5-star catch, and he continues to move up the charts despite not playing on an everyday basis. Curtis Granderson leads things off. Took the first one first strike, second one misses. It's 1-1. Granderson flied out to left his first time up. Granderson, Teoscar Hernandez, and Yangervis Solarte. Two and two the count.
Those rings we're talking about being handed out are with teams that come through Minute Maid Park. The other rings have been handed out. I think I saw Joe Musgrove.
I was just pulling that up.
And Michael Flees.
Yeah.
They tweeted out pictures a while ago about their rings. Gregerson, another guy that probably got his ring.
Yeah, it's the teams that don't come through, like the Pirates, who have a bunch. Colin Moran's over there. I just looked up the Musgrove and Feliz picture where they were flashing their rings. So those guys have them sent to them.
Yep.
When they don't come through. So the Tigers are the last one that come through with fire.
Actually get the owner to hand them to them.
Right.
Cameron Maybin.
No. He was in spring training. I'm not. And nobody had them then, so they wouldn't have given him out that early. But I saw him in spring training play against the Astros. Those are the paperweights. Those things are huge. Ooh, Granderson took a close pitch. Verlander wanted that call, but he doesn't get it. That's the second walk allowed by Justin Verlander. Granderson a leadoff runner.
There's Tyler Clippard and Teoscar. The owner Jim Crane on the left, handing out the hardware still.
Jeff Luno, AJ Hinch on hand as those two guys picked up their rings today. Teoscar Hernandez played 41 games for the Astros the year before in 2016, and he drills one towards the corner and left. Marwin will dig it out as Curtis Granderson heads to third on a double by Teoscar Hernandez. So a walk and a double, and Verlander will have to work out of a jam here in the third inning.
Teoscar doing a good job of staying on that breaking ball. You know that Justin wants to have that thing down and away, but a great job by a hitter getting on a mistake, raking it into left field. Second and third, nobody out.
He showed it last time about the number of barrels. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times and has scored a run. Now here's Yangervis Solarte. Solarte walked and scored his first time up. Astros keep the infield back here with second and third and nobody out. Not used to seeing Verlander have to deal with traffic here early in the game. A couple of runs scored in the first. Now second and third. Nobody out in the third.
First inning's really been the issue for Astros starters this season. A 3.65 ERA in that first inning as a whole for starters. But again, Justin Verlander, I mean, yes, it was a bad pitch to Teoscar that he hit into left field, but none of these pitches are really missing wildly out of the zone. Just on the edges. You got to give a little bit of credit to the Blue Jays hitters for laying off them, maybe taking a chance with Whitson behind the plate, and they're benefiting from it.
2-1 the count. Most earned runs Verlander's allowed in any of his 21 starts with the Astros is 3. He's done that 3 times this year, and the most hits he's allowed in any one of those 21 starts is 6. Blue Jays already with 3 hits and 2 runs, threatening for more. This one's popped up on the infield. This will help. Carlos Correa makes the call and the catch and puts it away for out number 1. That's a big out for Verlander for 1 away.
Verlander's a guy that will go out there and get a lot of pop-ups. Coming into today, 37. We've already seen a couple in this game. We've seen one that hasn't even come down yet. But a lot of that has to do with the fastballs up in the zone, of 4-seam fastballs up in the zone. It's always been a fly ball pitcher. Most of the reason why is that fastball.
So unfair if he loses by 1 pop-up. Fastball in on the hands of Kendrys Morales as he fouls one back.
Well, it could be 38 pop-ups, 37 caught. But here's the location on some of those fastballs. That orange dot gives you a good idea of where he goes with that fastball. Usually the 4-seamer with that backspin on it, riding up in the zone. You'll see some hitters swing and miss with the barrel underneath it, or if they do make contact, it's on that bottom half of the baseball.
See what he got Solarte to pop up.
Setting up inside, and he went down early and got it out in front. But you can see a lot of times that 4-seamer will plane out, we talk about, or flatten out. It doesn't necessarily rise, but if you're guessing on a typical pitcher, that fastball down, you're going to go down a little bit more to try and get it because gravity comes into play. So you anticipate the ball being a little bit lower, but because his spin rate on his 4-seam fastball allows it to come to the ground a little bit slower, gets underneath it. But that's a swing and miss underneath. Fastball up.
Got the swing and miss at the 1-1 fastball out of the zone. See if he continues to climb the ladder against Kendrys Morales with a 1-2 count. Inside and a weak swing on the fastball. That is a strikeout for Verlander. Picked a good time for his first strikeout. A pop up and a strikeout, and runners have stayed at second and third.
Left-handed version of Todd Frazier. It's an uncomfortable feeling. You almost feel as if Morales got a little overcommitted and that ball just continued to chase him inside and he couldn't hold up.
So now the guy that drove in the first 2 runs, Justin Smoke, takes a fastball for a strike at 98. A little extra MPH on that first fastball. Verlander knows early on in this game a pretty big spot here if he can leave runners on second and third. Missed upstairs, 1-1.
Some angry fastballs coming in right now.
Smoke was able to double against the fastball his last time up on a 3-2 pitch. Another fastball at 98, and now Verlander 1 pitch away from whittling off the hook this inning.
Bringing it.
Fans recognize the effort for Verlander in this inning. A walk, a double, a pop-up, a strikeout, and now ahead 1-2 on Smoke. Justin wants to talk to Max Stassi about this next pitch.
Good time to do it. I know that we talk about all these mound visits and when to do it, how to do it, but there are some high leverage situations early in games, and this is an inning that Justin Verlander wants to get out of unscathed. He had runners at second and third, nobody out. Now he has 2 outs in the inning, and he wants to make sure that he puts Smoke away. So a little bit of game plan, maybe a little bit of a change in signs, but they want to be on the right page to get out of this.
Missed it. 97. It's 2-2.
Definitely trying to bust Smoke up and in. He does have one of the longer swings.
Even with hitting that double off the fastball his first time up, Smoke on the year just 141 against fastballs 94 plus. Try to hold up, and he does. The count is full. Well, an interesting sequence here. He started him off with all fastballs, decided to go to the slider there, could not get the chase by Smoke, and now the count's full. Second straight AB. Smoke's had a full count with 2 outs and 2 runners on.
I would imagine this is a fastball. It's going to be firm to quite firm, but you've also got a guy on deck hitting 168.
Try to go to the slider, and he goes around, does Smoke, says the crew chief Brian Gorman, the third base umpire. Verlander picks up a big strikeout. He strands second and third, nobody out. Astros down 2-1. Astros team store, including McCullers, Peacock, and Morton jerseys. Visit astros.com/team store for hours and information. Big top half of the third inning for Justin Verlander and the Astros after the Blue Jays had runners on second and third and nobody out. Verlander able to get a pop-up and a couple of strikeouts, his first 2 of the game, to get through that third inning scoreless. And now George Springer will lead off the bottom half. Springer grounded out to second his first time up. We've seen that batting average dip down to 268 as he faces Jay Happ the second time around and swings at the first pitch and fouls it out of play. Just when we saw George last year in the postseason really battling it at the plate, not only turned things around, but 6 games later he would win World Series MVP. After he struggled in game 1 after not having a great ALCS. 1-1 the count.
And that's not a normal regular season struggle. You're in the World Series against the best of the best, and he turned things around and turned himself into an MVP. It's saying a lot.
This one he gets under as he slices it towards Granderson, who was with the Dodgers last year. Been playing the World Series though, and that's out number 1. Well, Springer retired for the first out. That'll bring up Alex Bregman. Bregman flied out to the wall and left his first time up. Astros coming into tonight's play with the most runs scored in all of baseball and also the fewest runs allowed in the major leagues. Astros jumping over Boston yesterday for the most runs scored category as Bregman takes a called strike. Alex 4 hits in this homestand and 25 at bats, but he does have 5 runs batted in. As he drives one to left field, pretty deep, looking up, gone! Alex Bregman, home run number 12 on the season. The Astros have tied the game at 2 apiece.
Stashless Bregman raking.
Home run number 100 on the season for the Houston Astros ties the game.
The Astros getting their second look at J. Happ. Good job by Alex. He gets himself a little mini hug.
Altuve first pitch swinging, sends one to center field. Grichuk is back in front of the warning track, has a play. Altuve retired for out number 2.
Alex got a little bit of a wrinkle coming right back to him, down and in. This time he didn't miss it, timed it perfectly. Remember that first AB, got a fastball a little bit off the end of the bat. This one a little bit closer to the barrel. Therefore, he gets a better launch angle on it, gets better exit velocity on it, and deposits it in that Crawford box. That was beautifully done.
11 RBIs for Bregman in his last 10 games with that solo shot. And now Happ will face Carlos Correa. Happ pitched Correa very carefully his first time up as Carlos swings and fouls one away. It's 0-1. Hits a high foul ball behind the Blue Jays dugout. It's 0-2. Mentioned the Astros up to 100 home runs on the season. They've only allowed 73 by the opposition this year. Stays 0-2. Jay Happ has been the Blue Jays' best starter all season long. We'll see Happ today. The Blue Jays have not officially announced their starter tomorrow, but it's anticipated to be another lefty making his major league debut. And then Marco Estrada, a righty, on Wednesday to wrap up this 3-game series. Rookie expected to be the starter tomorrow in the middle game of this 3-game set. Carlos stays alive. That ball's ripped into left field for a base hit. Correa saw all strikes in that AB, got down the count, and still it's a line drive, solid single to left.
It's time now for Lowell's whole team together since June 6th. Jose Altuve, of course, is going to be on this list. Evan Gattis, we've talked about his power. Yuli Gurriel in his RBI situations where he's come through, but these are big numbers. And how about Tony Kemp? 366 average and that 872 OPS. His on-base percentage has been great. He's been doing a phenomenal job in that 9 spot, turning this lineup over and getting on base.
Yuli bats here with 2 outs and Correa on first. Towards second and past the second baseman Travis, who slipped a little bit. Correa going first to third. He will get there. Yuli, a 2-for-2 night, and the Astros have runners on the corners.
Now we'll have to adjust the graphic because Yuli is continuing to go out there and get hits. What's great too is that number. I'm not sure if everybody caught it on the bottom of that graphic. Said the Astros are 15-2 in that span. But Yuli, that's another good example of how Yuli, with the mentality of staying up the middle, is able to adjust in his first at bat on a pitch inside, pull it. This a pitch up out over the plate. He just goes with it. There's a lot of versatility in that swing of Yuli Gurriel.
He's now 7 for his last 11, and he has jumped into the top 10 in the American League in batting. Here's Evan Gattis. What were people saying on Twitter? It looked like a wiffle ball bat.
Yeah, well, that was a good call. We were so busy yesterday, he actually used it yesterday. Hit a home run with it. That's that old school wiffle ball bat. A little bit bigger barrel than I remember it having.
Yeah. Hopefully a little more solid.
Yeah, true.
Evan with a count of 1-0. Good take there. It's 2-0. Evan with a career home run against J-Happ. Grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Gattis in the month of June has a 967 OPS against the fastball. Well, Happ challenged him with a fastball here. 2 on, 2 outs. Way outside, 3-0. Not an easy lineup to navigate, especially when you have runners on base. Evan has not seen a strike in this AB. Marwin Gonzalez is on deck. Out of fastball, took a big rip.
That's awesome. It's not awesome that he missed, but it's awesome that he got a fastball and he absolutely tried to unload on it. And I'm not sure if our cameras were back in time, but I was watching Evan. He was looking down at Gary Pettis. Gary Pettis kind of gave him the, I don't know, because it's 3-0 count. He was looking for the green light. He eventually looked in the dugout and gave AJ a head nod. AJ said, go for it.
3-1 pitch is fouled back. A couple of 94-mile-an-hour fastballs, and now the count's full. He swung that bat like a wiffle ball bat at the 3-0 pitch.
He did.
So now if you're Evan, you've seen fastball 3-0, fastball 3-1. And now the count's full. Yuli will get a head start off first.
He hasn't gotten around on it, and I'm not sure if that's going to tell J-Happ something. Trying to stay away with that heater.
This one popped up towards the stands. Smoke gives it a look, and it's in the first row. Good job by the fans. Going after that foul ball legally. The count stays full. Tough play for Smoke. That ball wasn't in the air very long.
Good job by the Astro fans, like you said. If it's in the stands and he's coming towards you, hold your ground. The yellow bat. That one broke. Does he have another one? Nope.
Love that Gaddis just grabs a new stick. No pine tar, no gloves. Piece of wood and challenge from the pitcher.
Gaddis bleeds sap.
3-2 pitch misses ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Good take by Gaddis on a close pitch. And now the bases are full for Marwin Gonzalez.
And I think that's where the Astro hitters are pretty special because they do get in hitters counts. We saw him 3-0, 3-1, take some pretty healthy hacks, fouled one off. In a 3-2 count where you know you're getting a fastball, still have the ability to have the discipline to stay in the strike zone and take the walk, and hopefully the guy behind you can pick you up.
Marwin batting with the bases loaded for the 13th time this year. He's 5 for 12 so far. Takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Two doubles in those 5 hits for Marwin this season. Of his 33 runs batted in this year as a right-hand hitter. This is down low. It's 2-0.
When you first step into the box, you say, I'm going to look for a certain pitch. You don't get it, you go 1-0. You may sit on that same pitch. But when you get into these hitters' counts, you tighten it up a little bit. You look for a pitch and a zone. More often than not, hitters will look for that, maybe a fastball in a particular zone where they want to do damage.
Marwin fouls one. Long run, Granderson and smoke, and this one's in the crowd. Another long inning for Jay Happ on the mound. Threw 30 pitches in the first inning. Needed only 10 to get through the second inning. And now this next one will be his 25th pitch of the third. And Preston Guillemette is starting to warm up in the Blue Jays bullpen already. Now the count's 2-2.
It's a couple of tough innings. Breeze through that second inning. The Astros with a couple of walks, base hits. Home run already in this inning by Alex Bregman.
That one's the other way, but foul. Marwin struck out looking his first time up.
Marwin's doing a good job of adjusting. A couple of pop-ups up the other way. That one he did a little bit better job of getting the barrel maybe on top of the baseball early. A little more of a line drive. Not sure what Garrett Cole's working with down there, but good times.
2-2 pitch ripped just past Carlos Correa, who had to scoot out of the way on that sharply hit ground ball. Marwin's seen a lot of pitches in this at bat.
And fastballs, did a good job bringing that barrel through quickly, just a little too quick.
Ahead of the count, 2-0, then Happ got it to 2-2. A couple of foul balls with the count even. And he sends one to right field, playable. Granderson there in front of the warning track makes the play.
It's Alex Bregman keeping things clean here in Houston. Launching that slider into the Crawford boxes, tying things up for the Astros 2-2. Astros go undefeated on the road. Julia and AJ soak in some baseball history, and you'll find out who Tony Kemp is giving hugs for homers to. All that and more on Astros Bases Loaded after the postgame show, only on AT&T Sportsnet.
Fourth inning baseball tied at 2. Justin Verlander will face Russell Martin to start the fourth. And Martin drills one to left, but he got in front of it and hooks it foul. That was plenty deep enough to be gone, but about 20 feet to the left of the foul pole. Martin flied out to right his first time up. Russell Martin has pretty good numbers against Verlander in his career, 8 for 25 with a home run. He's down here 0-2. Oh, breaking ball and a called third strike. Verlander has struck out the last 3 batters he has faced. Those are the first 3 of the ball game for Justin.
That cannot be fun. Right-handed hitter. It almost looks as if that pitch is coming right at your left shoulder. By the time your brain can positively identify what that pitch is, it's breaking over the plate for strike 3.
Here is Randall Grichuk, fouls one back on the tip, caught by Stassi. It's 0-1. A couple fans on Twitter recognizing this local product. Randall Grichuk getting to play here in Houston today. And Verlander quickly ahead of him, 0-2. Justin last inning walked the leadoff batter Curtis Granderson on a full count pitch, allowed a double to Teoscar Hernandez, and then worked through a second and third nobody out jam, including a couple of strikeouts. He started this inning off by throwing all strikes, 6 for 6. Breaking ball, nice short hop backhand play. Bregman, the long throw in time. Alex Bregman, a very nice play at third.
His feet, I can't say it enough. His feet put him in great position. That's an excellent look at him preparing for the pitch and then reacting to it. Just that little hop as that pitch comes into the contact zone. That's what he's anticipating. But then a couple of quick choppy steps to put himself in position to get this short hop, and that's not an easy read. And then throwing back across his body, which we've seen him do all year long. Great play.
Aledmus Diaz rips one to left field for a hit. Cut off nicely by Marwin, making sure Diaz is held to a single. He's a 2-out base runner. Time to name that Astro. Brought to you by Nissan. Here are today's clues. Roosevelt High School, Braves, Astros, Yankees, Fresno County. If you know the answer to tonight's Name That Astro, send your guess or your answer to @ATT Sportsnet SW. Devin Travis, the batter, takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Travis flied out to right his first time up. Got a lot of great responses over the course of yesterday's broadcast to our Baseball Basics Keeping Score show. Hope you enjoyed it. Had a chance to see it. Some people already know how to keep score of baseball games. Other people were kind of learning along with our tutorial. But there was one correction that needed to be made from yesterday's broadcast, and that is, I didn't know the rule. It's one you hardly ever see, but the catcher's interference with the bases loaded give Tony Kemp an RBI on that play, as Alex Bregman with another short hop play. He's making this defensive thing look easy at third base as he retires Travis to end the inning.
have a unique chance to upgrade their ticket and get their favorite Strozone shirts presented by Texas Mahindra Dealers. From this year or last year for only $10. To upgrade your tickets, visit Astros.com/t-shirt.
Max Stassi leading off the bottom half of the fourth inning. Swings to the first pitch from Jay Happ and misses. It's 0-1. Stassi flied out to left his first time up. Max coming into this game batting .339 on the year against lefties with an OPS of 1,001. This time, though, Aledmus Diaz comes in and makes a play on a couple of hops, and Max 0 for 2 tonight. Tomorrow's a Twitter Tuesday, and our theme tomorrow will be about baseball movies. Your favorite baseball movie or character, memory of a baseball movie you may have seen as a kid or shared with a loved one. Also, you can tweet your questions tomorrow, or tonight rather, that will be answered tomorrow by Lance McCullers Jr. The answer during tomorrow's pregame show, and we'll share those answers with you during the course of the game. You can ask Lance whatever you like, or ask him about his favorite baseball movie as Jake Marisnick takes a called strike. It's 0-1. Jake struck out his first time up. 2 strikeouts for Jay Happ. He's also walked 2 and allowed 5 hits. There's a ball soft served over the head of Justin Smoak. Flagged down by Travis, but Jake Marisnick has himself a 1-out base hit.
That is some kind of special right there from Jake. Get off me and then get over the head of Smoak. I mean, there is inside outing, and then there's what Jake just did. It's a miracle of physics to make a pitch right there go the other way at that velocity.
Yeah. Way in on the hands, it ends up going to right field. Here's George Springer. George takes one down low for a ball. George batting for the 3rd time in this game. He is grounded out and also flied out to right. Good to see George just hit a line drive somewhere, hopefully into some open space, and let Jake run around the bases. Jay Happ will check Marisnick on first. Jake a couple of steals this year.
See, a lot of times guys, at least base stealers, will get a little bit of an extra step on their lead just to entice the pitcher to throw over so they can take a peek at that lead.
12's pretty healthy.
Yeah, it is. And again, that's to the center of the body, so there he goes.
On the ground foul. Jake would have probably had that base stolen, but George liked the pitch enough to offer at it. It's 1-1.
That was a great jump.
Yeah.
But a great look at the lead, too. Again, when we put that StatCast number out there as far as the size of the lead, that's to the center of the body. So if Jake is out there at 12 feet, that's another foot and a half. That's an excessive lead. But again, he's a big guy, too. I mean, all of 6'4", 6'5". So his step on a dive is not normal.
Jay Happ saw that great jump. We'll see if Happ throws over there before the next pitch with a 1-1 count to Springer. That time he delivered a little quick and he missed up. It's 2-1.
Well, a couple of things there. Is he did do the slide step, which makes the pitcher a little bit quicker to home plate, but it was also a fastball. A lot of times you'll see pitchers throw fastballs with base stealers out there because the baseball will get to home plate a little bit quicker.
Almost a wide throw. That's the other thing that can happen when you start to distract the pitcher. Happ's throw corralled by Smoak, but it was not a good one.
See the left foot of Jake. He knew that Happ was coming over.
Looks like he's got a pretty good read on him. You're right. See if he goes here on a 2-1 pitch. Extended hold for Happ, and now he'll go to first.
And the book may be on Happ that he doesn't have that quick move over to first base. So he has to bring that leg up, and that gives Marisnick plenty of time to get back, even if he is guessing a little bit.
There he goes. Pitch is grounded towards the middle. Jake will be safe at second. George will be thrown out on the ground out. Jake with another good jump, but put in play for the second out of the inning.
Good jump by Jake. Springer just pulling off that baseball a little bit, hitting that pitch off the end of the bat. Jake already committed, easily beats Diaz-2, that second base bag, taking that out of the situation.
So here's Alex Bregman. Bregman has fly deep to the wall and left, and then hit one over the wall and left. 1 for 2 with his 12th home run of the year. And he drills one to left, base hit. Marisnik around third, being waved home. Teoscar Hernandez throw, not in time. Astros take a 3-2 lead. Alex Bregman, a couple of RBIs tonight.
Gosh, another pitch in a very good spot for him to hit, right out over the middle part of the plate. Man, center cut out over the plate. Fastball to Alex Bregman. Does a good job of letting it travel and still is able to get that barrel out there quick enough to hit it hard into left field. Teoscar gave it a pretty good throw, but with Jake's speed, not even close.
No, that was... Jake had to navigate over the baseball bat, too, that was left there in his path. Here's Jose Altuve. That's the thing about Jake is we know he's been struggling at times this year as he had to kind of jump over that bat and touch home plate with the left hand. We know he struggled with the plate at times this year. His defense is off the charts. Once he gets on base,
he's a legitimate weapon on the baseball side.
Just this inning, running with that pitch, potential double play ground ball off the bat of Springer. Instead, he gets into scoring position. And then that ball by Bregman was pretty well hit to left, and the throw wasn't even close to getting him at home plate.
It's also a mentality to it, too, knowing that there are 2 outs and you're able to extend that secondary lead and basically start to extend your lead a little bit or anticipate contact when you see the swing.
Jake has been making better contact overall lately. That last hit was a unique one, but it ends up scoring the go-ahead run for the Astros. So Marisnik comes in on Bregman's 45th run batted in of the year. Now Altuve with a 2-1 count. He pops one up. Shallow right center field. Granderson, Travis, and Granderson who makes the call on the catch. But the Astros take the lead 3-2 on the RBI single by Alex Bregman. Sportsnet is presented by Rooms to Go. Huge savings on living rooms, bedrooms, and more during our Hot Buy sale. And by Buick. Visit your local Buick dealer. Big crowds at yesterday's picnic in the park. Jose Altuve, Tony Sipp, Josh Reddick on Superhero Day was signing autographs dressed as Spider-Man. What else?
Superhero Day, picnic in the park, makes sense.
Kind of standard operating for Mr. Reddick as we head to the 5th inning. Back to the top of the order for the Blue Jays. Justin Verlander working with a lead for the first time tonight as the Astros have single runs in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th. Take a 3-2 lead. Anderson takes a called strike. Verlander allowing 2 in the 1st inning on a 2-out, 2 RBI double by Justin Smoak, but then working around some trouble in the 3rd. Facing the top of the order with Granderson, Teoscar Hernandez, and Jan Hervis Solarte, and Verlander quickly ahead of Granderson 0-2. That ball's drilled to right field, hit well, all the way to the wall and gone. Curtis Granderson has his 8th home run of the year on an 0-2 pitch. And just like that, the Blue Jays have tied the game.
Fastball away, fastball in, and then he decided to challenge Granderson with a fastball up out of the zone. Maybe the worst pitch in the AB. Granderson goes and throws the hands at it and is able to get enough of it to get it out of here in right field.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. That's a called strike. Granderson's 3rd career home run against Verlander in 26 at-bats. The head-to-head numbers for Verlander against the Blue Jays lineup, and it's pieced from different organizations with Granderson. You mentioned Tigers, Yankees, Mets. Kendrys Morales has played on a number of teams before the Blue Jays. Grichuk from St. Louis. Ledmus Diaz from St. Louis. Overall, even though it hasn't been all Blue Jays uniforms, these guys have pretty good numbers as a team against Verlander. Ahead of the count here on Teoscar Hernandez, 1-2. Hernandez facing Justin for the first time is 2 for 2 tonight, a single and a double. That ball's hit pretty well to center field. Marisnick back, still going back. He's at the track and makes the play, backing up for out number 1. Hernandez put a good ride into it, and he's the first out of the 5th.
Great visual on Jake out there in center field, getting a good job moving to his right. It's going to take more than that. He's wearing a batting glove underneath his fielding glove. I'm sure we've seen that before.
Solarte takes a call, or takes a pitch outside. There you go.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that. I wonder, that's the hand. You see a little bit of blood on the pants?
Yep.
That's the hand that he, when he slid into home plate, tagged home plate with it, might have scuffed it up a little bit.
Slowly hit towards first. Yuli will take it himself for out number 2. Three runs tonight allowed by Verlander, matches the most earned runs he's allowed as an Astro, making his 22nd regular season start with Houston. Now he'll face Kendrys Morales. There's a called strike. Morales has flied to left and also struck out. Nice breaking ball ahead of the count, 0-2. Verlander threw a season high 122 pitches in his last start. Working with that extra day rest with the day off prior to the Kansas City series. He's able to get Morales on 3 pitches. Verlander with his 4th strikeout. Solo home run, though, ties the game at 3.
Spotlight falls on Carlos Correa. In his career, he has 7 walk-off hits. Big one in the postseason in that ALCS against the New York Yankees. But CC might stand for Captain Clutch the way things have been going for him, finding himself in the middle part of this Astros order and also finding himself in position to have these opportunities and following through. Not bad for a 23-year-old.
Yeah, since his debut in 2015, nobody has 7 walk-off hits. He leads Major League Baseball. He has walked and hit a rope against Jay Happ in his 2 plate appearances. Takes a breaking ball for ball 1. Carlos now 5 for 10 in his career against Happ with a home run. He was all over an 0-2 pitch last time up and drilled it to left. This one broken back towards short. Ledmus Diaz makes the play, and Correa retired for the first out of the 5th. I'll bring up Yuli Gurriel. Yuli coming off a 3-hit game yesterday. Has 5 hits in his last 7 at-bats, and also 7 hits in his last 11. He has that batting average up to 311. He had been right around the 290, 295 mark for a while, but the month of June has seen Yuli shoot that batting average all the way up to 311. That misses inside. It's 2-0. There's a strike called. Yuli thought it was off. It's 2-1. Justin Verlander approaches the 200 win plateau in his career, sitting at 197. John Gibbons starter tonight. Jay Happ just picked up his 100th career victory 3 starts ago on June the 8th. Yuli fouls it back to stay 2 apiece. Ball in the center field. Grichuk is there, puts it away for out number 2. Found another yellow bat.
It must have been a shipment that just came in.
Gaddis broke his bat last time up, had to go to the normal colored bat, but back with the yellow stick here in his third.
Wondering where my highlighter went.
Let's grab a little dirt and go. Evan walked his last time up, grounded to a fielder's choice his first time. Evan with 25 RBIs in June. Ended up not starting yesterday's game, but came on as a pinch hitter for Jose Altuve as a DH and hit a home run in the 8th inning. Evan with 15 home runs now, tied with George Springer for the team lead. As he sends one high in the air to center field, just got under this one. Grichuk is there, and a 1-2-3 inning for Jay Happ in the 5th. We head to inning 6, still tied at 3. To you by Nissan. Today's clues: who am I? Roosevelt High School, Braves, Astros, Yankees, Fresno County. Those were your clues tonight. Wade Blassingame attended Roosevelt High School in California, pitched in the big leagues for 10 years, and he is inducted into the Fresno County Athletic Hall of Fame.
Wow. That's digging deep.
Tough one tonight.
Somebody on my Twitter feed actually got that right.
Really?
But I'm saying that there might have been internet enhanced.
Braves, Astros, Yankees. Some people were guessing Brian McCann.
Yep.
And right, you know, that makes sense. B-Mac lives over in Georgia, so the Fresno County didn't work out for McCann. Justin Smoke leads off the 6th inning. Tough name, that Astro, on this Monday night. Justin Verlander has allowed 5 hits and 3 runs to this point. Smoke grounds one on a couple of hops. Yuli will take it himself. That's now 5 in a row. Check that. That's now 4 in a row sent down by Verlander after the solo home run by Granderson to start the 5th. Now to bring up Russell Martin. Martin is flied to right and struck out. Astros 4-2 on this homestand, playing their 80th game of the season tonight. They have played exactly 40 games at home and 40 games on the road. You're gonna hit the midway point of the year tomorrow, buddy.
It's all downhill from here.
All downhill from here. The Astros will have a better road record at the midway point of the season than home record. They're 29-11 on the road. Coming into tonight, 23-16 at home. Ball into center field, drifting towards right. It's Marisnik and Springer converging. Jake calls off George, and there's 2 away. Every Tuesday night home game at Minute Maid Park is Dollar Dog Night, such as tomorrow. It's presented by Nolan Ryan Beef. Enjoy all the dollar dogs you can eat when the Astros take on the Blue Jays tomorrow night. 7:10 first pitch. For tickets, visit astros.com/dollardogs or call 1-877-9-ASTROS. Charlie Morton will be on the mound tomorrow for the Astros. Ryan Borucki expected to start a left-hander for the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's Randall Grichuk fouling one back. Grichuk a couple of ground balls to third base. The last one a nice play by Alex Bregman. Inside, it's 1-1. Astros anticipate Grichuk to pull the ball on the left side. And he does, but foul. 1-2. Grichuk originally drafted by the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in the 2009 draft. The Angels had a couple of compensation picks back to back, the 24th and 25th picks of the first round. And they went Grichuk number 24 and a guy named Mike Trout number 25. Pretty good combo picks for those compensation draft picks. Francisco Rodriguez was one of them, and Mark Teixeira was the other.
Not too bad.
Slowly tap foul. Stays 2-2. Grichuk always will have family and friends watching him here at Minute Maid Park. Off-season deal from St. Louis to Toronto. Grichuk suffered through an 0-for-26 earlier this year, and that's something he's been battling to get that average back up ever since. 2-2 count. Missed inside. The count runs full. In on the hands, going back Marwin in front of the warning track, now onto the track, makes the play for the final out of the inning. Line drive for the third out. We head to the bottom of the sixth, still 3-3. Sixth inning, all tied at 3. Blue Jays got out early, 2-0. Astros pecked away and took the lead 3-2 before the Blue Jays tied it up on a solo home run by Curtis Granderson in the 5th. And now it'll be Marwin Gonzalez, Max Stassi, and Jake Marisnick to try and see if the Astros can regain the lead. Marwin has struck out looking and flied out to right. 1 for 17 in this homestand. Marwin trying to snap an 0 for 14 right now. He takes the pitch a little bit low for a ball, 1-0. Jay Happ through 5 innings, allowing 7 Astros hits. He's also walked 2. Happ struck out just 2. He struck out Marwin and Jake back in the 2nd inning. And he's falling behind here, 2-0.
Good time to hit.
Happ coming off an 8 strikeout, no walk performance, pitching into the 9th inning against the Atlanta Braves his last time out. 5th longest outing of his career. The low pitch is popped up. Playable. Third baseman Jan Hervis Solarte puts it away for out number 1. Some guys getting the job done at the minor league level for the Houston Astros. Randy Cesar has continued that hitting streak. He has now smashed the Texas League record up to 41 straight games. And Kyle Tucker in the month of June, and in particular the last 10 games, is raking for Fresno.
Those numbers are ridiculous. I mean, that's 41 games?
41 games.
Man. And he's doing damage, too. Multi-hit games mixed in there. I think in that 41st game, I saw that he had a double, maybe a home run. But Kyle Tucker, 13 games, 28 hits. That's normal.
This is the Tucker moving those OPS numbers up that we anticipated from the beginning of the year. Joe Biagini warming up in the Toronto bullpen. Second bullpen action of the night for the Blue Jays. We saw Gilmet up earlier. But yeah, all of a sudden, the other Ted is starting to make some noise down there at the minor league level. Kyle Tucker led all of baseball offensively in spring training in limited at-bats. Got off to a decent start this year, but now all of a sudden in June, he is turning it on. Max Stassi takes a called 3rd strike. Stassi down looking. That's the 3rd strikeout for Happ, and he's now retired 6 in a row.
Watch the Astros in more ways than ever before by downloading the new AT&T Sportsnet app from iTunes or Google Play, or visit AT&TSportsnet.com to stream on your computer. Log in with your cable account and you're all set. Available for those with AT&T Sportsnet in their TV subscription. Blackouts and territorial restrictions apply.
Jake Marisnick takes a called strike. Caesar's going to have a little time to contemplate that hitting streak because the Texas League is in the middle of their All-Star break right now. No games today, and the All-Star game tomorrow as Jake takes one up and in. It's 1-1. Jake with a single scored a run his last time up. Base hit was just over the head of Justin Smoke at first base. Taps one foul. It's 1-2. Marisnick would score on an Alex Bregman RBI single. Bregman has 2 of the runs batted in, the other one from Yuli Gurriel tonight. Head of that one and sent it towards the upper deck, way up there in the corner of the upper deck, and the race is on for that foul ball.
Somebody up there is going to blow out a hamstring. I'm not sure you can anticipate getting a baseball up there. But
with authority, too.
There's firm to quite firm.
Everybody's okay on that loud foul ball by Jake. Stays alive. It's 1-2.
You know, talking about Kyle Ted Tucker, you know, Jeff Luhnow said that there's a good chance we'll see him by the end of summer. And that would really create some interesting roster moves and lineups for A.J. Hinch.
Foul tip caught by Russell Martin to end the inning. Jake's frustrated as he goes down for the final out. 7 in a row sent down by Happ, still tied at 3.
Of our Chevy Stroh poll tonight, we asked you what was your favorite Astros pitching duo of all time, and over 40% of you said Joe Niekro and Nolan Ryan. Those two actually pitched together on the same staff for a while. Over 1,500 votes counted, so we thank everybody for pitching in and taking part in the poll tonight, guys.
Ryan Express always garners a lot of votes in that Stroh poll. And Joe Niekro winning tonight as we head to the 7th inning. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Blue Jays. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Astros. Aledmys Diaz leads off and takes a called strike. Justin Verlander working his 7th inning. Had a pretty high pitch count going for the first 3. Justin threw 26 pitches in the first, another 23 in the third. So for him, 57 pitches through 3 seemed a little higher than normal, but he was able to get through the next 3 innings, throwing just 34 pitches, and now he's ahead of Diaz. 0-2. Verlander's only missed with 7 pitches out of the strike zone since the 3rd. That one was away, but no chase from Diaz. It's 1-2. Aledmys Diaz's fly to center and also single. It'll be Diaz, Devin Travis back to the top of the order. Blue Jays have bullpen action going, as we may have seen the end of Jay Happ's night, over 100 pitches. The Astros have not had any bullpen action going all night.
It's a standard Justin Verlander outing.
Swing and a miss. Verlander picks up a strikeout, his 5th, as he gets Diaz to start the 7th.
Not one of the better curveballs we're going to see from Justin Verlander, but as a hitter, you're anticipating the nasty breaking ball coming down, and then he hangs one up in the zone. It's tough to adjust.
Devin Travis takes a fastball for a strike. Travis has flied to right and grounded out. Verlander's last 2 road starts prior to his outing against Tampa Bay earlier in this homestand, he allowed 3 runs on 5 hits to both Texas and Oakland on the road. The Rangers game he lasted 6 innings. The A's game he lasted 7 innings. Tonight he's allowed 3 runs on 5 hits through 6 1/3. 2-1 the count. Justin starting the night with the best ERA in all of baseball. It's bumped up a little bit with the 3 runs allowed. It's now 1.75. Started the night at 1.60. Called strike. It's 2-2.
That's nasty right there. Down and away slider might have been that down and away corner. Watch Stassi again. Does a good job of just staying quiet back there, making a good reception of that. Maybe helping Justin out a little bit.
Called third strike on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball to knees. Travis goes down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for JV, and there's 2 outs in the inning.
There are moments when you do strike out against guys like Justin Verlander or some of the top aces in the game, and you just got to tip your cap. Those last 2 pitches were pitchers' pitches.
I love that Stassi framing at the knees. We talk about it often. He pulls those pitches at the knees up ever so slightly. That's a nice move. Here's Granderson, who hit a home run his last time up. Granderson with his 8th home run of the year. Came on an 0-2 pitch. Slow breaking ball dropped in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Well, it came on an 0-2 pitch up out of the zone. I'm not even sure you can call that a mistake.
Verlander ahead of the count, 1-2. Justin's strikeouts tonight have been scattered. He struck out the last 2 in the 3rd inning. Those were his first 2 of the night. Struck out the first batter of the 4th, so 3 in a row in that stretch. Ended the 5th with a strikeout of Kendrys Morales, and now he has struck out Diaz and Travis and ahead 1-2 on Granderson. In the air to left field, sending Marwin back. He is going to look up and watch this ball just get over the wall in left field for a solo home run. Granderson back-to-back home runs to right field last time up, and this one just into the first row of the Crawford boxes to give Toronto a 4-3 lead.
We talked so much about the offensive numbers for both home and road teams being low here at Minute Maid Park, but at the same time, this is where Minute Maid Park can come back and get you a little bit. Fastball away, nice little compact swing from Granderson, who has plenty of power throughout his career. This is just a fly ball in most ballparks. Ends up being a home run here at Minute Maid Park.
Granderson's 4th career home run against Justin Verlander, now back-to-back at bats. First multi-home run game since 2016 with the Mets against the Minnesota Twins. Teoscar Hernandez bats. Astros have their first bullpen action of the night. Will Harris warming up.
We talk about hit probability a lot on our broadcast. Exit velocity, launch angles come into play to figure that out. That was a 17% hit probability on that home run.
Wow. 17%.
17%. It was only 93.2 miles an hour off the bat. The launch angle at 31 degrees. It's an estimated 342 feet.
Most earned runs Verlander's allowed as an Astro. And the 6 hits also matches the most he's allowed with Houston in 22 regular season starts. You can tell he's a little frustrated out there. 2-2 count to Teoscar Hernandez. Verlander approaching 110 pitches after a 122 pitch performance his last time out. So he doesn't have a whole lot of bullets left to work with tonight for A.J. Hinch. Looking to get Hernandez here to get through the top of the 7th. In that last outing, he went from 103 pitches to 122 in 2 batters, the last 2 of the game.
Turned into foul ball mania. We could see with each foul ball, A.J. Hinch, the manager, just kind of squirming in his seat because he knows that he had an opportunity with Justin getting through that game quickly, or that inning quickly. And all of a sudden, pitch count jumps to 122.
Carlos Gomez and Adeiny Echeverria put a lot of pitches on Verlander. The final 2 batters he faced against Tampa Bay in that start. Now he's 3-2 on Teoscar Hernandez. Hernandez a single, a double, and a deep fly ball to center field.
Here we go again. Pretty good job by Teoscar spoiling that pitch in a 3-2 count.
Fourth time this season Verlander's been above 110 on the pitch count. 122 last start, 118 at Anaheim, 113 against the Yankees. And that is the 7th hit for the Blue Jays, most allowed by Justin in an Astros uniform. Teoscar Hernandez has 3 of those 7 hits, and that'll be the last batter that Verlander faces tonight as A.J. Hinch heads out to the mound. Verlander goes 6 2/3 innings, allows the go-ahead home run by Curtis Granderson, then a 2-out hit by Teoscar Hernandez, who's now 3 for 4, and he will leave this game down 4-3. Season game live or on demand at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Will Harris, the new pitcher for the Astros, runner on first base, 2 outs. First batter he will face is Yangervis Solarte.
Astros electing to keep Solarte on that left-hand side. Will Harris in 32 games, 27 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts. Good command of his cut fastball and overhand curveball.
So the most hits and the most earned runs allowed by Verlander in an Astros start. He's still responsible for the runner on first. 6 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs. The top of the order really got to JV tonight. 2 solo home runs by Curtis Granderson to tie the game and to put Toronto in front, and 3 hits by Teoscar Hernandez. They had 5 of the 7 hits allowed. Hernandez diving back to first. Sure, this is a game Teoscar was looking forward to. He liked to refer to them as
revenge ABs.
Coming back to face your former team. It's been a good night for Teoscar, 3 for 4. Popped high in the air, shallow center, shallow enough that Correa goes back to make the play and puts it away for the final out. Blue Jays take the lead. It's 4-3 headed to the 7th inning stretch.
Bundle, which includes a ticket, hot dogs, soda, and popcorn for only $20 during select weekday games. Visit Astros.com/ballpark bundle for tickets and info.
We head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Fans enjoying their 7th inning stretch deep in the heart of Texas. Astros down once again. They trailed 2-1, rebounded for a 3-2 lead. Blue Jays tied it and took the lead thanks to Curtis Granderson with a couple of solo home runs. And now the Blue Jays will go to their bullpen. Jay Happ gets through 6 innings and they turn it over to Joe Biagini.
Biagini on 17th appearance. Left-handers are hitting .355 against him in his career. Right-handers .348.
Quality start for Jay Happ. 6 innings, 7 hits. He allowed 3 runs, a couple of walks, struck out 4. Alex Bregman got him for a home run and also an RBI single. Bregman will bat second in this inning as George Springer leads things off. Springer 0 for 3 tonight against Happ. And takes a fastball for a called strike. Biagini 72.5% first pitch strike. That's the highest of any of the members of the Blue Jays bullpen. So in the matchup of 35-year-olds tonight, Jay Happ and Justin Verlander both allow 7 hits. Verlander allows 1 more run on 1 more home run. Granderson now up to 4 career home runs against JV as he gives the Blue Jays a lead headed to the bottom of the 7th. We watch this guy time in, time out, just give the Astros great starts. And even though it's not a blow-up, it almost feels like a blow-up when Justin gives up 7 hits and 4 runs.
It really does. He set that bar pretty high to start this season. And he's done a great job in that Astro uniform. But yeah, it's amazing as that gives you an idea of how well he's pitched, knowing that 4 runs basically is a blow-up for him.
Most he's allowed. 7 hits, also the most he's allowed with the Astros.
Been an interesting zone to say the least.
No chase there from George. It's 3-2. We mentioned during the struggles for Springer, just 3 for his last 42. He has been patient, drawing 8 walks during that stretch. You know, it's been a battle, but he has not at least in most at-bats, left the zone too often. George looking to try and get on as Alex Bregman has been hot tonight.
Running that fastball up there at 94 miles an hour. He does that consistently. Also has a changeup, curveball, and a slider. He was primarily that fastball slider to right-handed hitters.
He does get some chase with that slider. He's been working Springer in, and now a fastball away, and Springer misses it. Strikeout for Biagini, the first batter he faces. And there's one out in the seventh.
The Power Player is presented by TXU Energy, and it's Alex Bregman, 2 for 3 in this ball game with a home run. A couple of RBIs mixed in there. A clutch base hit right there, driving in Jake Pariznik. But Alex Bregman has been great all season long, doing a great job having some clutch hits. They could use one right here, put himself in scoring position, if not drive himself in again.
Pitch misses outside, ball one. Astros have 5 hitters in their lineup between 42 and 49 runs batted in. And Yuli not far behind with 37. Bregman sitting at 45 now. He's moved in to the 3rd spot behind Carlos Correa and Evan Gattis with 49. Springer 42, Altuve 41. And a strike to Alex, it's 2-1. Didn't think so, but Chad Whitson said that catches the corner, and now the count evens at 2 apiece. He usually has a pretty good idea about the zone.
Can't be that bad.
That's a big pitch. Instead of 3-1 in a 1-run game, it's now an even count.
Alex is one of the more discerning eyes in all of baseball.
It's almost when he challenges a call, you almost know what we're going to see on the MD Anderson strike zone.
Unless it's a replay review.
When he challenges a strike ball call, let me clarify.
No, I know what you're saying with the MD Anderson call as far as being a strike zone. I just had to throw the replay review in there.
I know.
But no, I'm with you on that. But that 4th pitch being called a strike, that's ridiculous.
That one was way out there, even beyond the 4th pitch.
Barely.
Alex draws his 47th walk of the year. That matches the guy he's standing next to at first base, Justin Smoke, for 5th in the American League.
Well, he finally gets himself on base with that walk. One thing we didn't have a chance to hit on with Alex Bregman is that in getting those 2 RBIs, it puts him ahead of Solarte for the Blue Jays in the RBI department. He's now driven in the 3rd most runs as a 3rd baseman in the American League.
Altuve misses the first pitch, a fastball, it's 0-1. Well, this is definitely the year of the shortstop. Shortstop's putting up huge numbers, and other than Jose Ramirez at 3rd base, who is, like Jose Altuve, the best at his position this year, Alex Bregman is right there with everybody else at 3rd base with his numbers this season. John Axford warming up in the Blue Jays bullpen.
Yeah, we talk about Alex's defense so often that Sometimes the offense we can overlook a little bit, but as far as OPS is concerned, it's Ramirez, Andujar from the New York Yankees, and Alex Bregman, and he's creeping up there with a couple more hits today and RBI, a couple of RBIs, but the big home run too is going to help out that OPS.
And Andujar in fewer bats than Bregman. So yeah, Alex right there. I'm not sure if, with all the Astros heading to Washington, D.C., if Bregman's going to be part of that charter flight, but he certainly deserves consideration. Altuve will find out in the votes tomorrow with the American League updating their all-star balloting. He was the leader in all positions with the last update. Looks one foul, stays 0-2. Altuve doubled his first time up, hit number 109 on the season. He also flying to center and flying to right. John Gibbons' bullpen has been used up a bit the last few games against the Angels. He's going to try and figure out a way to piece these final 3 innings together in a 1-run game. That is a called third strike on the outside corner. Altuve flips the bat away as he goes down looking. 2 strikeouts for Biagini in this inning. And there's 2 outs.
Couple of pitches inside, and then it's actually closer to the zone. And as much as we give Max Stassi credit for a little bit of framing, the veteran Russell Martin behind home plate, creating a little extra strike zone.
Here's Carlos Correa. Correa 1 for 2 with a walk. Biagini misses down and away 1-0. Biagini was a candidate to start the game tomorrow. Instead, they have elected to go with a kid making his major league debut, a left-hand pitcher. Biagini has made 4 starts this year. There goes Bregman. The pitch is a ball, and the throw goes into center field. Bregman safe on the stolen base. Russell Martin thought that was a strike. He was waiting for the call. His throw bounced in there. Alex Bregman picks up stolen base number 7 on the year.
Good jump by Alex. Also a good time to take a chance with 2 outs. Got that oven mitt out there, slides in safely.
Two 2-0 to Correa, tying run on second, 2 outs. 3-0. Yuli Gurriel waits on deck. We've already documented what he's done with runners in scoring position. Does Correa get challenged here? Outside corner, Carlos started to take off the shin guard, but he stays in the batter's box.
That outside edge is massive. But the same pitch was a ball earlier in the count.
Yeah, that's why he started to take off the shin guard.
It's also the same pitch that struck out Jose Altuve.
Now the count's full. Might have been the first pitch in the zone in this AB. It's 3-2. Biagini's needed 22 pitches in this inning. Russell Martin's going to go over exactly what to do here with Carlos at the plate. Pitched in their extra inning win yesterday in Anaheim, went an inning and a third. Pitched 2 innings in the first game of that series as well. Threw 36 pitches that first outing against the Angels, then 16 yesterday. Little check swing towards short, coming in Diaz. He'll make the play. Correa retired, and the Astros head to the 8th, trailing 4-3. Harris on for his first full inning of work, picked up the final out of the 7th inning. Astros down 1. Both teams with 7 hits. It'll be Kendrys Morales, Justin Smoke, Russell Martin, as Harris delivers a pitch outside for ball 1. Morales 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts, 2 of the 6 strikeouts for Justin Verlander today. Morales tried to hold up, but he goes around. It's 1-1.
Morales has had a tough time with the curveballs and sliders this evening. Gives you an idea that he is sitting dead red as far as on what pitch he wants to attack.
Two and 1 the count. Kendrys, last 16 games, has an OPS of 1165 coming into tonight. 4 home runs during that stretch, and 5 for 10 on this road trip before an 0 for 3 tonight so far. Now Will has evened up the count at 2 apiece. Three and 2 the count. Blue Jays started this year red hot. They got out of the gates well. First 17 games, they were 12-5 on the year, and slowly drifted back towards 500. And had a rough stretch there in the middle of May where they fell about 6 games below 500. They've been chasing that 500 mark ever since. Morales draws a walk to start the 8th. I think with both the Blue Jays and the next team the Astros will face, the Tampa Bay Rays, I don't think either one of them realistically thinks about catching either the Red Sox or the Yankees in the AL East. I think both teams collectively feel like if they can somehow get back to 500, they can at least look at the possibility of making a run at a wild card. There's a called strike to Smoke. It's 0-1. But if not, if the Blue Jays don't get back to that 500 plateau, they are a team that a lot of people expect to be sellers. They have the oldest roster in all of baseball, both now and on opening day. As the American League continues to be a division of haves and have-nots, and if you're a part of the have-nots and you're an older team, you have to figure out where you're going from here. 1-1 pitch is fouled at the plate. It's 1-2. Average age on opening day, 31 years old for the Blue Jays on their roster. Now that's a little bit below that.
Fossils.
Right. By comparison. 1-2 pitch is sent the other way out of play. Josh Donaldson's been hurt. That has not helped this team. Donaldson's missed 41 games this year. Lost a couple of starters recently. That's why Ryan Borucki will make his major league debut tomorrow. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Justin Smoke goes down for the second time today. He's now 1 for 4. Will Harris picks up his first strikeout. I'll bring up Russell Martin. Martin is flied to right, flied to center, struck out. Two.
Josh Donaldson's a free agent at the end of the year. They also have Tulowitzki on that.
Tulo hasn't played.
You seen his contract? Wow. Nice work. He is on payroll until 2021.
Tulowitzki's been dealing with a heel injury. Has missed the entire season. Steve Pierce just came off the DL recently, not getting a start tonight against the righty Verlander. Another strikeout for Will Harris freezes Russell Martin. Back-to-back strikeouts for Will. 2 outs in the 8th. Are you the ultimate Southwest fan? Arkansas June is your chance to show your spirit. Use hashtag UltimateSWFanARK on Twitter to show us, and you could win a VIP experience. So tweet now and win big. Randall Grichuk, the batter, bounces away, and that's going to allow the runner to advance. Kendrys Morales going from first to second. Wild pitch. And now that Morales is on second, we're going to get a pinch runner. The Jays are going to Gio Urshela off the bench to pinch run for Kendrys Morales. So Urshela will remain in the game as the designated hitter for the Blue Jays. This ball's crushed to left field. Grichuk got into this one and puts one way up there off the light stanchion above the train tracks for a 2-run home run. Grichuk hits his 9th home run of the year and makes this a 6-3 game.
Grichuk has a ton of pop. Put it on display right here against Will Harris. Cut fastball right down the middle. Harris knew it as soon as it left his hand, but Grichuk just laying into this one.
He's got a fan base of about 25 here in that section behind the Blue Jays dugout, and they were excited to watch that home run. Little League World Series star, and then a star at Lamar Consolidated High School in Rosenberg. And he just put one deep over the wall in left center.
We talked about hit probabilities.
Yes.
The home run that Granderson hit out of the ballpark was 17%.
Yep.
That last one, we don't see it very often. 100% hit probability. 110.2 miles an hour off the bat. Estimated 400. Ready for this?
Yeah.
471 feet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That ball's well struck.
The rematch of the All-Star game as Aledmus Diaz against Will Harris grounds one to second. That was a rematch of the 2016 All-Star game when Harris struck him out.
The Blue Jays are leading 6-3 over the Houston Astros. They need to start doing some damage. And we've got some league leaders. They're presented to you by Houston Methodist. In most innings with 2+ runs scored in them. The Astros are leading with 105 times they've scored 2+ runs scored. We always talk about putting up crooked numbers when you're in that dugout. They need to put up crooked numbers to get back in this ball game right here.
Yeah, now wouldn't be a bad time to add to that list as they face a new pitcher for the Blue Jays in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Now Toronto working with a 3-run lead after the Grichuk 2-run home run. John Axford will take over, the 35-year-old right-hander.
Yep, veteran right-hander, has some closing experience under his belt. Astro fans saw him a lot with the Milwaukee Brewers. Now 33 appearances this season with a 4.75 ERA. Still throws pretty hard, averaging 95.5 miles an hour on the fastball, curveball, and a cut fastball.
Heavy dosage of the fastball, throws it over 80% of the time. The cutter he'll throw to righties about 12%. And there is a fastball that Yuli grounds towards third, gobbled up by Solarte in his throw. In time, Yuli now 2 for 4 tonight and 1 out in the 8th inning. So some work to do for the Astros. 5 outs to work with, and they are down by 3 in this game. Evan Gattis 0 for 2 with a walk. Blue Jays accounting for 6 runs tonight. The last 4 have all come on home runs. A couple of solo shots by Granderson and a 2-run home run by Grichuk. Axford misses with the fastball outside. It's 1-0. Astros play every day this week, so Gattis will have a shot to get to that RBI mark. Currently with 25 RBIs in the month of June. He needs 4 more to match Jimmy Wynn and Jose Cruz for the most ever in the month of June by an Astro. Toy Cannon did it in 67, Cheo in 84. Evan will have the rest of this series plus the first 3 games of the series in Tampa Bay. 1-2 the count. Jay Happ pitched 6 innings, allowed 3 runs. Joe Biagini worked through the 7th. And now Axford on in the 8th. Breaking ball froze Gattis. Evan goes down looking. We mentioned Axford doesn't throw a lot of curveballs, but he picked the right time there for strikeout number 1.
It's a pretty nasty hammer at the bottom part of the zone. That one catches a lot of it. A little bit of a knee buckler.
Now here's Marwin looking for his first hit. Marwin struck out, popped up and fly to right. Takes a pitch for ball 1. On the ground, slowly hit towards second. Travis has it, underhands it for a 1-2-3 8th. We will head to the 9th. Astros down 3. Astros baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And by T-Mobile. Show your military appreciation and use hashtag HatsOffForHeroes. T-Mobile will donate $1 for each post. Ninth inning baseball. Astros down in this one 6-3. Game's gone back and forth, but the Blue Jays have scored the last 4 runs unanswered, and now Brad Peacock takes over.
Brad's numbers on the season are very good. 31 games, 32 1/3 innings pitched, 44 strikeouts at whip under 1. Last time he was out there was on the 23rd against Kansas City. Went 1 inning, struck out 1 hitter, only threw 19 pitches.
So Peacock will face the number 9 hitter, Devin Travis, in the top of the order for the Blue Jays. First matchup of the season between these two. The Astros will head to Toronto, the final road trip of the year. They will wrap up the season in Toronto and Baltimore in the final week of September. Travis flied to right, grounded out, and struck out. Peacock quickly ahead 0-2. Astros staying with a 7-man bullpen for now. It's worked okay for AJ to this point. He has not had to overtax any of his arms. They spent most of the year with 8 in the pen. Joe Smith going on the DL, and they've used an extra bench player ever since then, with Tyler White being called up. Smith continues to work back towards being activated. He'll go out on a short rehab assignment before he's ready to go. 2-2 the count to Travis. Doesn't get a chase with a slider, and now the count's full. Chopping ground ball base hit for Travis. In between Gurriel and Altuve, he's the leadoff base runner in the 9th. 9 hits for the Blue Jays. Now to bring up the guy who has made a big impact on this game, Curtis Granderson. Granderson tied the game with a solo home run on a 0-2 pitch in the 5th, and then put the Blue Jays ahead on a 1-2 pitch with a home run the other way, just over the Crawford boxes in left field. Into the first row, he dropped in his 9th home run of the season. Ball gets away from Stassi, moving up. Travis to second base.
Stassi. Excuse me, I think Stassi may have whiffed on that.
They gave Peacock a wild pitch.
Set up on that outside corner. That thing just kept running. He didn't get any leather on that.
I mentioned the slider's been sharper lately.
Tough to hit, tough to catch.
Chop foul, stays 0-2. Well, Granderson working at bat. We have seen that from the veteran in his entire career, and especially tonight. It's been spotlighted. He's been down in the count a few times and hit a couple of home runs. He sees almost 4.5 pitches per plate appearance, which is 6th best in the American League. Guy rarely swings to the first pitch, usually is deep in a count and not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. Stays alive here. It's still 1-2. Kurt is turning 37 years old this spring. This time Peacock able to get him. Brad finally finding the pitch that he's unable to keep alive. First strikeout for Peacock, 1 out of the 9th.
Good slider, kind of backdoored it a little bit. Get that swing and miss, not coming back into the swing of Granderson.
Now Peacock will face Teoscar Hernandez. Hernandez has had quite a game, 3 hits and 4 at bats. Only time he was retired, he sent a fly ball deep to center field. Single in the first, double in the third, single in the 7th. Now the count's 1-1. Sang-Won Oh warming up in the Blue Jays bullpen. We mentioned their bullpen's been used a lot lately. Tepera pitched in 2 straight games. Clippard 3 straight. Sang-Won Oh has pitched in 3 out of 4. Two pitch misses outside. It's 2-2.
It's a gutsy take.
There he goes. Slider away, and he gets another strikeout. Peacock picking up back-to-back strikeouts. And there's 2 away in the 9th.
That was a beautiful slider. Good depth on it. Again, getting underneath the swing of Teoscar. The 1-2 guys in this lineup have done tremendous work. Good job by Brad Peacock to get 2 strikeouts.
Now a quick strike on Solarte. Peacock starting to show that elite mix again with the fastball slider that we saw most of 2017. He has really been on point here for the last few weeks. Solarte spins his way out of the batter's box on that swing. It's 0-2. Astros will have some options off their bench with Sang-Won Oh warming up. Sang-Won Oh is a righty. They have Marisnick, Kemp, Reddick. Excuse me, they have McCann, Kemp, Reddick all on the bench with Stassi Marisnick due up as the first 2 hitters. So they have some lefty options if AJ chooses in this 9th inning. Peacock trying to keep it at a 3-run game. And he does. He strikes out the final 3, getting in order the top 3 in the lineup: Granderson, Hernandez, and Solarte. We head to the 9th. Astros down 6-3. couple of left-handed pinch hitters. We see Tony Kemp out there. We see Josh Reddick out there. They will face a new pitcher out of the Blue Jays bullpen. Taking over in the bottom half of the ninth with a 3-run lead is Seung-Won Oh.
Seung-Won Oh, coming over from the St. Louis Cardinals. He had 39 saves with those Cardinals. He has one save here with the Toronto Blue Jays. He will come at you with a fastball, 90 to 93 miles an hour, changeup, curveball, and a slider. 3.31 ERA on the season. Pretty good strikeout to walk ratio, 40 strikeouts and only 9 walks.
So he will face a couple of pinch hitters in the top of the order. George Springer. Astros need some base runners down 3. Oh, pitching for the 4th time in the last 5 games, through an inning yesterday, an inning Saturday, and an inning on Thursday. And the first batter he will face is Tony Kemp, pinch hitting for Max Stassi. Kemp against Seung-Won Oh. When he faces lefties, he'll throw that slider and changeup about the same amount. Fastball primarily, and he starts off Kemp with a fastball for a swinging strike, 0-1. Delivers one on the outside corner, and Kemp quickly down the count, 0-2. Lefties are hitting .302 this year against O, 198 for right-hand hitters. That's off the plate, 1-2. Reddick on deck to hit for Jake Marisnick. Three and 2 after Kemp was down 0-2. He's run the count full. Ball 4. Tony Kemp draws a walk after being down 0-2 in the count. And Blummer, last time the Blue Jays were in town, they were down 3, headed to the bottom half of the 9th inning.
And when you're down by 3 in the bottom of the 9th inning, all you're trying to do is get base runners, and that's what the Astros did last season. We know they can peck away, get their base hits when they need them, manage to just create traffic and issues, cause the defense to try and make some plays, but then occasionally once you get 3 or 4 guys going down that line, somebody gets that big hit.
Juan Centeno would walk it off as the Astros put up 4. This ball is in the dirt. Kemp has to hustle back to first on a nice pick by Russell Martin. Roberto Osuna was trying to close out that game for the Blue Jays. That was last year on August the 6th, leading into an Astros road trip. All of a sudden, O has missed on 6 consecutive pitches, and Russell Martin wants a word with this reliever.
It's tough to do.
With this zone?
Yeah. All you got to do is be in the general vicinity, but O is having a tough time finding it.
Osuna has been suspended for half of the season, so the Blue Jays looking mostly to Tepera to close, but after they've used him the last couple of nights, tonight they're going with Seung-Won Oh. 2-1 to Reddick. Reddick shaking his head. He wasn't sure about that call. Tepera needed 4 outs yesterday in his outing. He fouls it back. It's 2-2.
Josh has been doing Josh things here at Minute Maid Park on this homestand. He is 5 for 12.
The middle, base hit. The Astros will bring the tying run to the plate. Reddick serves one into center, and the Astros have 2 aboard.
Good piece of hitting, staying on this slider over that outside corner. Bit of a pull shift being played against Josh. There you see it. The shortstop not in the complete shift on the other side. If he had been, might have been able to make that play, but just keep the line moving.
George Springer looking for his first hit tonight. He's 0 for 4. Trying to snap it 0 for 15 overall. Nobody out in the ninth. Weston Gilmet, who warmed up earlier in this game for the Blue Jays, warming up now.
Big swing in a situation like this where they're racing 0 for 15 in a hurry.
It was. Ooh. Tried to tie the game up.
It's kind of the beauty of baseball is that you can be struggling, but you can find yourself in situations like this where, yes, you may be feeling uncomfortable, but with one swing, you can become the hero.
Springer down 0-2.
He is airing himself out. Disappointed with himself for missing that last pitch.
At bat against Tony Kemp, where O was ahead 0-2 and tried to get Kemp to chase, and Tony ended up drawing a walk. George wouldn't chase that 0-2 pitch. It's now 1-2. In the air, right field, pretty well hit. Going back to the wall, Grichuk, he'll leap. This ball is caught by Grichuk, saves a home run. He saved a tie game by going up above the fence. Grichuk just moved to right field to start this inning, with Kevin Pillar moving to center. And the kid from Rosenberg, Texas, getting it done against his hometown team.
What a play. What a situation. George does everything he can other than hit it in the second deck, but Grichuk got to the wall, found that spot, timed it up perfectly to get up there. What a play.
And a guy with the Woo shirt just missed catching a 3-run home run.
How about the hometown kid breaking some hometown hearts?
2-run home run offensively to give his team a 3-run lead, and now saved a tie game on that potential 3-run shot by Springer. Here's Alex Bregman. He has 2 RBIs tonight and also has a home run. Bregman's been on base his last 3 times. Home run, RBI, single, and a walk. Called strike. Oh, we'll throw that slider a lot more to righties. Hardly ever see a change or curveball from him against the right-hand hitters. Fastball almost 2/3 and the other third slider. Fastball fouled back 1-2.
Good swing. I'll tell you what, single on O has given the Astros some fastballs to hit.
Not definitively his inning all the way through, as manager John Gibbons has bullpen action going in this 3-run game. Met continues to throw. George Springer nearly tying the game. A great play by Randall Grichuk, saving the night, at least for now, for the Blue Jays. And Bregman goes down swinging for out number 2. Here's the MVP. Astros down to their final out. Jose Altuve strides to the plate, representing the tying run. Altuve's only faced 0 once. He has a single against him in that one at bat. 0-1.
Altuve was anticipating fastball, got the slider. But Altuve's a quick study, able to make adjustments in mid-AB.
So close to a tie game. It's a +5, 7th inning on for Grichuk. 2-run homer on the positive side and saves 3 runs on the defensive side. Ball in the dirt, that will allow the runners to go up a base each. Kemp to third, Reddick to second. It'll be a wild pitch charge to Seung-Hwan Oh.
It's almost a tip drill. A la Gary Sanchez. Pull it off the backstop, throw the guy out at third.
Third strike. Blue Jays win the opener of this 3-game series. 6-3 the final score. It was a little dicey in the 9th, but Seung-Hwan Oh ends up picking up the save. Jay Happ ends up getting the win as the Blue Jays pick up the victory tonight. Toronto has been playing better baseball lately. That's now 11 wins in their last 17 games. We'll have more with the post-game show coming up after this.